But outside of this facility, this main has some other infrastructure. There's an extended outdoor facility that can actually house or take events for up to 2,500 people. There's a mosque, there's a generator, there's solar power, of course there's water and all these items. Your Excellency, this project is very visionary. You can see the design, very modern. As we speak here, there's full internet services for everyone, free full internet services. So you can log on to ICC and browse TikTok, Instagram, this day, anything you want to read. This is a modern facility that has been put on ground, and we hope and pray that somehow, as Mr. former President said, investors should come and build hotels here to supplement what's going on here. We want to thank the Bauchi State government for their faith, for their belief in us. We're a wholly local firm, completely local. We build this from scratch. And it goes to show when the government has faith and trust in how people, things can happen. And I want to also assure you that engineers from Bauchi State, laborers from Bauchi State, professionals from Bauchi State have also worked on this facility. Let me thank once again His Excellency, and of course the House of Assembly, who approved the budget for this project, and my Commissioner for Housing is here somewhere. And let me reminisce a little bit. Professor Zulu will remember that in March 2021, he broke ground for this facility. Welcome again, sir. We've seen your hard work come to pass. Again, thank you very much. God bless everyone, and let's have a fantastic summit. Thank you very much.
CEO, Electronics National Limited. With very, very warm apologies. Let me very warmly welcome our father, His Eminence Alhaji Muhammad Saad Abubakar, Sultan of Sokoto, President General, Nigeria Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs. Please put your hands together for me. Let us also warmly welcome Alhaji Muhammad Indili, Chairman of Oriental Oil. Once again, the theme is rebuilding a resilient economy, optimizing investment and partnership, with a special focus on tourism, agriculture, and mineral resources. Please welcome to the podium, Chairman of the Summit Organizing Committee, Professor Murtala Sabu Sagaki, for an address of welcome. Please put your hands together.
Your Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, represented by the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON, the team that inherited a country with a broken economy and fixed the economy in only 1.5 years. Thank you so much. The former president of this great nation, General Olusegun Obasanjo, GON, we're very proud of you. You did something that has not been done in the recent past. You cleared Nigeria out of debt. Thank you, sir. All the governors invited by the governor of Bauchi State, the Sultan of Sokoto, all the members of the diplomatic corps, the investors, and all the individuals highlighted by the MC, I say to you, Assalamu alaikum. Indeed, it is my honor and privilege to welcome you to the first Bauchi Economic and Investment Summit holding in this great edifice today. This summit reflects the desire of the people and the government of Bauchi State to transform this state from what people adjudge as agrarian state into a prosperous commercial and industrial state. Mr. President, the state has a history, very, very rich history, and diverse culture, and people who live in harmony for years. This state has been peaceful, even in the days when this region, the Northeast, was actually being negatively affected by insurgency. This state remained peaceful. And today, there are a number of studies, one of it international, that considered Bauchi State as the most peaceful state in northern Nigeria. Mr. Vice President, this summit is a reflection of the desire of the governor of Bauchi State, which he has already had over the last 6 years. We already have my Bauchi project, which is a 10-year project of development activities, projects. And in that, we have also developed a 4-year rolling plan. And we noticed that there is no way you can transform this society without private sector investments. And that's why His Excellency, in his own wisdom, after many, many conversations, decided on his own that it is time for Bauchi State to open itself to opportunities. Some of us who have been engaged to come and help in this endeavor, we have done some studies before, including some of the local universities in the state. But it was last 2 years we discovered that this state has a solution to Nigeria's agricultural problem, because in this state alone, you have 2 ingredients that are required for the production of fertilizer that is enough to produce NPK, which is much needed in this country. So these are some of the things. I'm not going to go over some of these opportunities. There is a session for it, but I'm just trying to highlight some of these areas. Mr. Vice President, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Governor of Bauchi State and the people of this great state, we welcome you to Bauchi State. And what are we going to experience in the next 2 or 3 days? We are going to experience 3 things. And I'm going to wrap up by highlighting these 3 things. 1, His Excellency wants us to interact, to know ourselves, to build relationship. Number 2, His Excellency and the people of Bauchi State, they want you to explore what Bauchi State has in terms of opportunities. There is a hall just by my left where we already have investment decks in all the key sectors of Bauchi's economy. And these decks have not been produced just offhand, no. We have conducted a scientific study that established that if you put your money there, all you need to do is start reaping of the benefits within a very short period of time. That's why we are focusing on those investment opportunities that are ready. We are going to have a presentation on that. And number two, we want you to explore and enjoy the hospitality of the Bauchi State. Bauchi State. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
History and the potentials of Bauchi State. Please put your hands together for Bauchi once again. It's now my honor and privilege to call on the Honorable Commissioner for Commerce, Industry and Investment, Bauchi State, Muhammad Salis Gamal, to come and give us an overview of Bauchi State economic and investment potentials. Please put your hands together for Muhammad Salis Gamal. Before he comes, let me warmly recognize and announce the presence of His Excellency Mohsen Antiti, the Tunisian ambassador to Nigeria. Please put your hands together for him.
Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Kashim Ibrahim Shatima, Your Excellency, House of National Leader, the Executive Governor of Bauchi State, His Excellency, the President, Her Excellency, House of National Mother, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, may I have the honor to sign or to adopt the existing protocol. Your Excellency, before I give my views, I would like to show Bauchi State at a glance, with your permission.
(49,000 square kilometers of rich untapped potential, a population of over 10 million. Welcome to Bauchi State, the pearl of tourism, and the rising hub of smart investment in Nigeria's northeast. With over 49,000 square kilometers of rich untapped potential, a population of over 10 million, and a youthful industrious workforce, Bauchi is of promise, ready for partnership and prosperity. Bauchi State offers more than just breathtaking beauty, it offers opportunity. From the iconic Yankari Game Reserve and Wiki Warm Spring to its vast agricultural plains, renewable energy potential, and solid mineral deposits, Bauchi combines nature, culture, and commerce in one powerful package. Bordered by 7 states and strategically located, Bauchi is a gateway for trade, tourism, and development in northern Nigeria. Bauchi State's strengths lie in its diversity, hospitality and tourism anchored by Yankari Resort and Safari, Sugu Wildlife Park, and heritage festivals. The state is an ecotourism powerhouse. Agriculture, 2 million hectares of fertile land, Bauchi is feeding the nation with cereals, vegetables, and cash crops, supported by large irrigation networks. Livestock. One of the country's largest livestock populations thrives here, with new programs like the special agro-industrial processing zones unlocking greater value chains. Natural resources. Bauchi is blessed with over 60 varieties of solid minerals, from limestone and kaolin to gold and titanium. Recent hydrocarbon discoveries and industrial partnerships are accelerating this momentum. Tech and ICT. Bauchi is embracing the digital age with smart policies, cybersecurity frameworks, and tech-savvy youth driving a bold digital economy. Investment opportunities stretch across energy, urban and rural infrastructure, and brownfield revitalization. From renewable energy to waste management, to smart markets to secure housing, Bauchi is building for the future. We've analysed local potential across 4 criteria: impact, opportunity, capability, and readiness, and identified 10 high-priority subsectors for investors: rice production, cement manufacturing, solid minerals, hospitality, ecotourism, fintech, sesame, oil and gas, groundnut, and rice processing. With Bauchi State ranked 4th in subnational ease of doing business and robust support from the state government, investors enjoy tax holidays, import duty exemptions, accelerated capital allowances, investment tax relief, concessionary land access, zero right-of-way fees. This is backed by strong political will and institutional commitment. Bauchi State's economic and oil and gas free trade zone is an engine of innovation and access. We invite all visionaries, innovators, and prospective investors to join us in exploring these untapped opportunities and build a sustainable economy in Bauchi that ensure prosperity for everyone. Bauchi State is ready. The question is, are you? Join us in unlocking the possibilities. Invest in Bauchi, grow with Bauchi.
Thank you, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, and good afternoon once again, and welcome to Bauchi State. The gateway of opportunity, the heartbeat of northern Nigeria, and a rising frontier of African investment. Today, I stand before you to tell you a story of transformation. The story of a state turning its abundant wealth, youthful population, and freedom-driven leadership into an economy of innovation, industry, and inclusion. Bauchi is not waiting for the future. Bauchi is building. With a population of over 10 million people, 70% under the age of 35, a land area more than 49,000 square kilometers, Bauchi is one of Nigeria's largest, youngest, and most promising states. Easily positioned at the crossroads of Nigeria's northern trade corridors, linking Abuja, Kano, Plateau, and Sahel region, providing access to market of over 100 million consumers within 500 kilometer radius. Under the vision of His Excellency Senator Abdullahi Mohammed, Bauchi has built one of the most freedom-oriented business environments in Nigeria. We have decided land administration through Bauchi Geographic Information System, established a one-stop investment center, reducing approval bottlenecks by 60%, and enacted a public-private partnership framework that safeguards investor confidence. In Bauchi, governance is not a barrier to business, it is an enabler. Agriculture remains our natural strength and global opportunity. Bauchi is blessed with over 4.2 million hectares of arable land, dams, and vast irrigation plants that makes all-year farming possible. We are the heart of northern Nigeria's agricultural economy, producing rice, maize, sesame, soybeans, groundnut, sorghum, among others at commercial scale. Our livestock population of over 5 million cattle and small ruminants positioned Bauchi to become a regional halal market and dairy hub, serving both Africa, where the halal market exceeds $200 billion annually. Through our irrigated food corridors and initiatives, we are scaling over 180,000 hectares of farmland under mechanization, cold chain infrastructure, and agro-processing clusters. We have ongoing collaboration with development partners to establish a fertilizer production plant and deploy advanced irrigation systems across priority regions. Bauchi has the land, the water, the livestock, the market. We now seek partners who share our vision and competition in prosperity. Bauchi is open for business. Together, we can build Nigeria, South Africa, and export to the world. The English soil rights and local house our mineral wealth. Bauchi is one of Nigeria's most mineralized states, with over 40 solid minerals identified and mapped. Commercially viable reserve includes 500 million metric tons of limestone for cement and construction. Kaolin, the third largest in Nigeria, vital for ceramics, paints, and pharmaceuticals. 22 million metric tons of barite, essential for oil and gas drilling. Gold, both alluvial and primarily in Toro and Nate local government area of the state, and deposit of gypsum, feldstar, quartz, monazite, and gypsum in strategic belts. We sit at the heart of the area and globally recognized geological formation that places Bauchi among regions of hard mining regions in West Africa. Our partnership advisor, the West Cement Limited, has commenced exploration and is set to produce 10 million metric tons of cement annually, making Bauchi the cement capital of the North. This alone will create 15,000 jobs and feed Nigeria's $20 billion construction and oil and gas market. With proximity to the proposed inland line of national rail and road corridors, our growing energy infrastructure offers unbeatable logistics for export-ready mining. We are developing a solid mineral industrial park to promote beneficiation and local value addition, discouraging road exports. Bauchi is open for cross-school businesses. Bauchi is responsible and profitable in mining sector. With vast reserved sound policies and strong political will, this is the moment to steer first mover advantage and transform Bauchi into regional mining and processing hub. Energy is the backbone of every modern oil economy, and in Bauchi, it is the engine of transformation. The fiscal policy 2025 charged the country 1,500 megawatts of half of it is renewable. With 9 hours in daily, solar upgradation exceeding 5.5 kilowatt hours per square meter. Bauchi can generate over 5 million gigawatts of solar power, enough to electrify 5 million homes, power 100,000 SMEs, irrigate 200,000 hectares of farmland, and energize our industrial parks. We are evaluating for mining oil and gas grading, for gas power projects, and for mining camps, including Gubi and Gongola River basin path for small hydro generation. Our vision is clear. Partner with us to choose Bauchi's power gap and agro-industrial specialization. Priority initiatives include solar parks, small refineries, and agro-processing mining enterprises, irrigation, tied to gas and water resources, and renewable infrastructure for SMEs and cold chain logistics. Energy is not just a sector, it is the engine of transformation. Bauchi has the resources, the mind, and the political will. What we seek are visionary partners ready to turn this potential into profitable ventures. Together, we can make Bauchi a model of clean, inclusive, and industrial power in West Africa. Bauchi oil and gas free trade zone is strategically positioned along Omani Basin corridor, bridging Nigeria's northern industrial belt to Sahel market, designed as a fully integrated energy logistic hub. Zone will host upstream and mainstream operations, petrochemicals plants, gas processing facilities, and ancillary manufacturing cluster. With proximity to crude and gas reserve, abundant land, renewable energy potential, and strong policy incentives like tax holidays, duty exemptions, and fast-track business initiatives, Bauchi offers a versatile cross-mover advantage in Nigeria's northern energy economy. All is not just about disruption, it is about industrial transformation, energy security, and export diversification under the African continental free trade area. The digital revolution is also unfolding in Bauchi State, with over 5 million active internet users and 52% of broadband penetration. We are among Nigeria's fastest growing ICT ecosystem. The sector projected to contribute 50% to Bauchi's GDP by 2030 under our digital economy framework. The state hosts 9 tertiary institutions, graduating over 20,000 youth annually in science, engineering, and business, forming ready market startups, digital manufacturing, and global Bauchi is ready for digital revolution. We are youth, our growing infrastructure, and political development. Bauchi can become the center of the nation, and India in Africa's $180 billion digital economy. By Bauchi's technology ecosystem, you are not only building profitable enterprises, you are creating future of jobs, innovation, and inclusive community. Urban and rural transformation is the cornerstone of our growth story. The Bauchi New City project, modern industrial layout, 25 rural corridors with solar mini grid, access roads, and market centers are in place to create balance. By investing in Bauchi, you're not just building structures, you're building communities, you're building jobs and shaping the future of a state destined to lead in Nigeria and Africa. Your Excellencies, Highnesses, ladies and gentlemen, Bauchi offers legacy. We are not asking for charity, we are asking for partnership. We are waiting for change. We're not waiting for change, we are driving it. We have the land, the minerals, the youth, and the peace, and the political will to make Bauchi next big success story of Africa. So I invite you to come to this where leadership leaders, where partnership thrives. Together, let us build an economy that fits the nation, power industries, and inspire continents. I thank you all.
Certainly, that is time. Bauchi is for you, even if we shine up. We are the next phase of students are going to be given good messages, and it is structured this way. To lead the path for good messages, Executive Governor of State. But before I call on him, let me quickly announce the following that the Education Officer in Nigeria will speak on behalf of representative people and the Attorney from Sudan, the Kano Chamber of Commerce, will speak on behalf of Nigerian universities. One here from China will speak on behalf of investors here present. Thereafter, we will have Aminu Ahmed from Tiani Rice and Abbas Oziri, President Cement, who will also speak on behalf of the domestic. After the witnesses, we will have a speech by His Eminence, Sultan Sakto Alhaji Muhammad Saad, CFR, and thereafter, followed by a speech by Chief Host in person of Executive Governor. After that, we will have the declarative speech by President and Commander in Chief Armed Forces, here ably represented by Vice President Kashi Shettima, DCOM, who will declare this term open. So without much ado, let me warmly welcome to the podium His Excellency Professor Babagana Umar Zulum, Executive Governor for North State, who is going to be as chairman of the Northeast Governors Forum, laid the foundation of this important event. So he's speaking, he has laid the foundation, and he will first governor, apart from His Excellency the Executive Governor of Bauchi, to speak at this event. Please put your hands together.
Your Excellency, Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Kashim Shettima, former President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Olusegun Obasanjo, my brother, Executive Governor of Bauchi State, His Excellency, Chairman of the Excellency, Alhaji Muhammad Tinubu, Chairman of the Nigeria Limited, members of the National Assembly, former Secretary to the Government of Education, distinguished invited guests, good afternoon. I'm pleased to be here this afternoon. The commission ceremony is a national conference because I was here 2 years ago, one of the I want to congratulate the people of Bauchi State for having this very beautiful candidates. Secondly, I want to commend the universities and why? Because such summit was never held in Bauchi State. But we are witnessing this summit here, there under the leadership of the current governor of Bauchi State, and I congratulate you. The Commissioner for Commerce has said it all the potentials of the state has been set. While he was speaking, myself and the governor of Bauchi State were speaking, whether but nonetheless, I want to specify 3 major things that he said. One, the agricultural potential state. He said Bauchi State has about 4.5 million hectares of land. Bauchi State has about 7,000 kilometers of land. Agriculture is the bedrock of any development. Therefore, I've seen many ambassadors here, ambassador from China, Turkish, ambassador from Egypt, ambassador from India. As the chairman of the Northeast Governors Forum, I want to use this opportunity on behalf of the governor of Bauchi State. Come to Bauchi and invest in agriculture. Also in the areas of mineral resources. The last one is the discovery of hydrocarbons in Bauchi State. Many investors have opportunities. We are around how joint opportunities, but only Nigeria and Africa and China. Under the ease of doing business, the Commissioner said to all the state government has laid a solid foundation that will enable investors to invest in a suitable environment. This also one thing. us in this facility. Yeah. To take this opportunity, use this opportunity, this summit. What are what you said? Thank you very much. I want to use this opportunity to commend President for the great initiatives that have been again, what our power, that is just get huge. It's also about enormous potentials. It's not. That's an interesting thing. I want to use this opportunity to give us an invitation on behalf of the government of finding time, meeting the commission of course, joining the terms of government.
The representative of the diplomatic corps here present is requested to please come forward and podium to speak on behalf of the diplomatic corps. Please put your hands here for
Good morning, everybody. Your Excellency, Kashi Chetima, Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Honorable Governor of the State of Bauchi, Bala Abdulkader Mohammed, my colleagues, the members of the diplomatic corps present here, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, esteemed investors, and fellow Nigerians. On behalf of all my colleagues, diplomats, ambassadors, and others present here, it's an honor to stand before you today at the Bauchi State Economic Investment Summit. I especially want to thank the Honorable Governor of Bauchi State, Bala Abdulkader Mohammed, and all those who contributed in the organization of this very important event for their warm welcome and reception. Nigeria, with its 36 states and its geography, leaders, and people, is a great and wonderful country. I will appreciate the warm welcome we have received so far within the past 20 months since our arrival here. This was meaningful and potentials in the economic field as pure and loyal brothers. I'm delighted to have the opportunity to address such a talented gathering in the name of my colleagues, a gathering of brilliant politicians, the highest authorities of Nigeria present here, economists, diplomats, hardworking, and government staff. This is a great day for you and for us, and I'm very happy to be sharing this with you. As we gather to discuss strategies for economic growth and development, I would like to highlight the significance of international partnership, particularly between Bauchi State and the different countries represented in this summit, including Tunisia. Bauchi State is endowed with enormous natural resources, industry, and market potential. It's an opportunity, this part of brotherly Nigeria, to profit from this summit, to leapfrog its economy to the path of inclusive economic growth. It becomes imperative for the state to leverage on the abundant potentials it has in the fields of agriculture, livestock, mineral resources, oil and gas, renewable energy sources, and the large human capital base, among others. Tunisia, among the others, is ready to work hand in hand with the state of Bauchi and other Nigerian states in different fields and collaborate in other communities' expertise. This began, of course, visit done by His Excellency, the Governor of Bauchi in Tunisia in May 2025. So, there is many key areas of collaboration. In agriculture, 4.2 million hectares of arable land. Bauchi State offers vast opportunities for agricultural investment, particularly in rice, sand, nuts, maize, and livestock production. In this field, Tunisia, through the expertise and studies of Dr. Amal Said and her team, is leading a virtualized project modernizing the sector of livestock and modernizing it to the possible highest level. In the field of energy, mineral resources, tourism, Bauchi is a state that can profit from the medical tourism, not only in Asia, but in different parts of the Arab world and of Africa. In this prospect, I would like to inform the IGA to be efficient in boosting its economic diplomacy activities. The Tunisian diplomacy and other embassies are ready to collaborate with Bauchi in order to move ahead dealing with its unlocking economy. This event aims to promote the relationship between Bauchi and the different leaders of economy in this country and abroad. So we should perhaps study the possibility to invest in Bauchi, because Bauchi is a link to, is a link to 7 states, making it an ideal hub for trade and commerce. It's also a secure environment where it's possible to guarantee a safe and conducive business environment for investors. Bauchi has investment-friendly policies, offering liberal tax policies, favorable tax regimes, and access to finance. And we will encourage all the countries to work tightly with the state to unlock its potential. This summit will be able to inaugurate a new era of partnership and investment opportunities and should profit from it for a common benefit. Thank you very much for your attention.
Your Excellency, thank you so very much. Please put your hands together for His Excellency, the Tunisian Ambassador, Mohsin Antiti. Now, I prepared to call on Honorable Speaker of the Bauchi State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Abubakar Wise Angela, and assure foreign investors and the diplomatic group particularly, and all the distinguished personalities here of the legislative body, that investors in Bauchi will have in terms of their businesses. Please put your hands together for the Speaker of the Assembly.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Your Excellency, former President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, our working governor and other governors and representatives. Because of one time, I would like to beg to adopt the already existing protocol, please. It gives me great pleasure to stand before you today at this important gathering of the State Economic and Investment Summit. This summit is not just a meeting of minds, but a demonstration of our collective commitment to charting a new course for economic transformation and sustainable development in our country. Let me begin by commending the executive government of all states and the organizing team for convening this timely and strategic summit, bringing together best policy experts, development partners, and key stakeholders to lay the statement wisdom about the task of innovation and business concerns from government commitment from our law policy investment potential and fostering economic prosperity. I would say endowed with substantial and tax resources and designed to move away from over-reliance on central government support by diversifying our sources of revenue and investment. We can build a sustainable economy that benefits all constituencies. Your Excellency, our today, as we all know, investment by its nature requires legal clarity and robust protection to endure our knowledge. Therefore, as the Speaker and the CEO of the State, and on behalf of the entire honorable members of the Bauchi State Assembly, I bring warm greetings and goodwill from the entire legislative arm of government. More importantly, I bring you message of assurance. We recognize the critical role that the civil, transparent, and enabling legal environment plays in attracting and retaining investment. Knowing the overwhelms of ways in uncertainty, and that is where the legislature plays a vital role. Today, I want to reaffirm the readiness of the policy setup. This novel initiative with all the necessary legislative tools, whether through enacting new laws, amending outdated ones, or providing oversight that ensures accountability and good governance. We are fully committed to doing our part. Furthermore, these laws will require leadership, protect investment, and shield from arbitrary and unfair treatment. We also aim to create a civil exam prepared to work collaboratively with the executive arm of government and all relevant stakeholders to develop legal and institutional framework that provide ease of doing business, guarantees investor protection, and enhance public advocacy for administration. All within an atmosphere of peace, security, and fairness. This commitment represents the whole state repositioning policy as an investment destination of choice. And I want to assure all participants, especially investors, that the House of Assembly will be a strong ally in making this vision a reality. Today, together, let us build the legal and economic foundation that will drive inclusive growth, create jobs, and secure a better future for the people of our state. I wish this summit fruitful deliberations and lasting outcomes. Thank you, and may God bless you.
Now, domestic and foreign investors. University investors, Alhaji Mansur Mohammed, Director General of Kano Chamber of Commerce, is called on to come to the podium and speak on their behalf. Foreign investors, one here, China should be on standby. Kano Chamber of Commerce, Alhaji Mansur Mohammed.
Excellency, Vice President, Your Excellency, former President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, Your Excellency, Senator Bauchi State, for thanks me to deliver the message and also extend greetings to the good people of Bauchi State and by extension the executive governor. Kano State, as we know, is a landmark or has been in history a center of commerce and as well an investment destination. This is, of course, a glad opportunity for Bauchi State to reflect very important we are happy to partner very closely with the state governments and by extension their partners advance investment in economic growth. I wish to also use this opportunity to congratulate His Excellency Senator Bala Mohammed for Bauchi for his magnificent efforts in terms of advancing Bauchi State economic agenda. To work very closely with you to advance this agenda. Thank you so much.
So down to get a form. Thank you. Sir Zhuang Ziyan, China, speak on behalf of the foreign investors here present. Please put your hands together.
Your Excellency, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCOA, Vice President of Nigeria, the Executive Vice President of the China General Chamber of Commerce in Nigeria, and also the Managing Director of CGC Nigeria. It's a great honor to speak host. I would like to give a brief introduction to the China General Chamber of Commerce in Nigeria. The Chamber, established in 2010 with the approval of China Ministry of Commerce, is a key organization representing Chinese companies in Nigeria. Now, with over 160 member companies, including companies in sectors like oil and gas, infrastructure, manufacturing, and telecommunications. The Chamber's function as a water bridge for commercial cooperation between Nigeria and China
through various initiatives. The major function of the chamber includes 4 aspects. 1. Promoting trade and business, facilitating commercial exchanges between Chinese and Nigerian entities to boost bilateral trade and cooperation. 2. Expanding public relations, building a platform to enhance the public image and the visibility of Chinese companies in Nigeria. 3. Strengthening compliance, improve corporate compliance, and promoting standardized cooperation among Chinese companies in Nigeria. 4. Supporting talent development, fostering talent and cultural exchange to sustain the long-term of China-Nigeria collaboration. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, I have spent over 1 decade working and living in Nigeria's northeast region. While Bauchi State is one of my most frequent visited states during my years in the region, I have observed that Bauchi State is endowed not only with abundant natural resources, industrial potential, and market opportunity, but also with a tradition of hospitality and a secure social environment. Notably, there are remarkable strides over the past 6 years in infrastructure development, governance reforms, and social stability. With these advantages, have laid a solid foundation for economic transformation, making Bauchi State an ideal investment destination. Your Excellency, the China General Chamber of Commerce pledges its full support for the initiative of the summit. We hope that more Chinese companies will invest in Bauchi State, contributing to the well-being of the people in the state, further deepening the economic and the friendship between Nigeria and China. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Please bring us in for Mrs. Wang Xian from China. We have 2 more global messages and or rather 3. After that, we have the key address from Alhaji Mahmoud Ahmed, CFR, and then the address by the Executive Governor of Bauchi State, and of course the declarative speech to open the summit. Now let me welcome to the podium Alhaji Aminu Ahmed from Tiani Rights. After him, Mrs. Aisha Rini, Executive Secretary, Nigeria Investment Promotion Council, will come over to speak. Please put your hands together for Aminu Ahmed, Tiani Rights, domestic investor.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Your Excellency, the Vice President of Nigeria, Senator Kashim Ibrahim. Your Excellency, the former President of Nigeria, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo. Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Senator Bala Abdelkader Mohammed. Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Borno State, Mr. Kash. His Excellency Baba Gana Zulu, Professor. Your Excellency, other invited guests, His Eminence the Sultan of Sokoto, His Royal Highness, the Emir of Bauchi, our father, and all other invited guests, I stand on the existing protocol. Your Excellency, domestic investors, is to thank the Bauchi State Governor for giving the domestic investors the opportunity to show what we can do. Our own integral rights, we are here to appreciate what the government did to us in allocating 10,000 hectares of land in Gamawa local government Odudu. Your Excellency, I'm happy to inform you today and other investors, we have cleared almost 90% of the 10,000 hectares, cultivated rice on 8,700 hectares today. Your Excellency, in Bauchi, we have constructed 600 metric tons capacity of rice milling per day, the single and the last in northern Nigeria. Your Excellency, let me use this opportunity also to thank the Management Board of Directors of Jais Bank for partnering with us, believing in us, and the financial support. As it stands today, Your Excellency, Chairman Rice have invested over 37 billion naira from the year 2000 to 2025. I call on our local investors. Chairman Rice has already taken the lead in harnessing this opportunity in Bauchi, in cultivating this land. And also to inform you, we're in partnership with Naseni in cultivating 50,000 hectares again in Toro local government of Bauchi State again. So I call on all meaningful investors to come to Bauchi State, partner with the state government, and enjoy the support from the state government. I thank you all and welcome to the event.
Please put your hands together. Tammy Rice have done it. I think other domestic investors should follow. Bauchi is the destination to go as far as investment is concerned. Please put your hands together for Tammy Rice. We are now going to call on another investor, this time Dr. Abbas Waziri from Resident Cement. Okay, I'm told to change that quickly to the Executive Secretary of the Investment Promotion Council, Mrs. Aisha Reedy. Please put your hands together for her.
Your Excellency, Senator Kashim Shettima GCON, even though I've heard you've been renamed Ibrahim today, I'm not sure where that came from. To many people, he is known as His Excellency General Olusegun Obasanjo GCFR, but to me, he is known as my daddy, Daddy Akaro Ukio. His Excellency Senator Bala Mohammed, CON, the effervescent governor of Bauchi State, His Excellency Professor Zulu, good afternoon, and our Royal Father State. Like Governor Zulu, I'd like to just take us back down memory lane. The NIPC, which is the Nigerian Investment Promotion Commission, was actually established by law in 1995. However, it was until President Obasanjo came into office in 1999 that he gave it a boost and needed to start operations. So I would not be here today but for work that has gone ahead of me, and thanks to President Obasanjo. Ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellencies, Assalamu alaikum. It gives me great pleasure to deliver this goodwill message on behalf of the Nigerian Investment Promotion Commission. I commend His Excellency Governor Bala Mohammed and the Bauchi State Government for convening this timely session. It reflects visionary leadership and a strong commitment to translating Bauchi's vast potential into tangible investment outcomes. At the NIPC, which is the matriarch of investment promotion agencies, we believe that Nigeria's economic transformation begins at the subnational level. The Commission works closely with all state investment promotion agencies to strengthen their capacity, improve investor facilitation, and help each state identify and market its unique competitive advantages. Bauchi's natural endowments in agriculture, solid minerals, renewable energy, and tourism position it as a strategic destination for both domestic and international investors. Our mandate goes beyond promotion. As we coordinate, support, and monitor investment activities nationwide, we ensure a seamless process from interest to implementation. We also work to ensure that incentives are provided responsibly with strong regulatory oversight to prevent abuse and to guarantee investors that deliver measurable socio-economic benefits. In recent months, the NIPC has received and facilitated numerous investments from Brazil on integrated livestock processing, Qatar with dairy production, energy from the US combining hydropower with fish farming, to high yield seed production, a trial of which is actually being conducted here in Bauchi State. In some selected states, we have a large Chinese government-supported company developing integrated agro-industrial zones, whilst the South African operation is scaling up beef production. These are powerful signals, because when Nigeria presents clear opportunities backed by government support, the world responds with confidence. These successes show what is possible when opportunity is structured and sustained coordination. It is however not enough to merely showcase opportunities, as success lies in converting these opportunities into real investments. Projects that create jobs, generate exports, and uplift communities. Bauchi has already demonstrated the determination to do this through improved ease of doing business reforms, and also the creation, of an enabling business environment for investors. As global competition for investment intensifies, particularly under the Africa Continental Free Trade Area Agreement, Nigeria must be strategic. Whilst the AFCFTA offers a continental market of over 1.4 billion people, it also means that the competition is tougher. With new global trade dynamics, including recent US tariff adjustments, Nigeria can position itself as a continental manufacturing hub by attracting industries seeking regional bases for production and export. Bauchi's plans for industrial zones, power infrastructure, and security enhancements are therefore timely and essential. Thank you. They will not only attract manufacturers, but also stimulate ancillary sectors such as logistics, construction, general services, and naturally stimulate the growth of SMEs. I also commend the state's focus on ecotourism, an often overlooked sector that offers sustainable development prospects while preserving natural heritage. And I continue to support Bauchi State and the State Investment Promotion Agency in project preparation, investor targeting, investment services, and ensuring that potential needs are drawn into sustainable ventures. On behalf of the Commission, I wish the organizers a successful summit and meaningful deliberations that will translate into concrete partnerships and real investments. Thank you very much, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Thank you. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, also in the line of a goodwill message, permit me at this juncture to invite to the podium representative of the residents' mate, the person of Ambassador Sam Wallow. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together to welcome him.
Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON, Your Excellency, the former President, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, my boss, personal boss, many years ago, Your Excellency, the Governor of Bauchi State, Senator Bala Abdul Qadir Mohammed, Kauran Daula Usmania, my brother, friend, and benefactor, Your Excellency, the Governor of Borno State, Professor Babagana Zulu, Your Eminence Sultan of Sokoto, Your Majesty, Royal Highness recognize you all, members of the diplomatic corps, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. This goodwill address will have been done by the chairman of our company, Dr. Abbas Junaid Mohammed. But he has told me that his elder brother, the Sultan, is in attendance, and so he can't mount the rostrum. I hope this is not a setup for a poor young man who I might probably be the only person from the South in this gathering, but I hope I'm not breaking the protocol. We represent the resident cement company. Our company has found a home in Bauchi, thanks largely to the enthusiasm, the vision, the energy of the governor of the state. He's welcomed us from the very, very first day we came here in June of last year. We went to see the governor was on, and as soon as he landed, we came here, he asked us to come back. Since then, he has shown tremendous commitment to our efforts. We've done a lot of work here in the last 1 year. The governor, the emir, and eminent sons of this state out to teach somewhere near Guana in Akadari local government to flag off a drilling campaign. And we're happy to report that in the last 1 year, we can confirm to everybody that the story of Bauchi being a base for solid minerals in Nigeria is no fable. We have found all limestone possible in first time. Resident is about to proceed from the very expensive, very consuming stage of exploration and drilling to the construction of our facility. And I will crave of Your Excellencies for us to do a little bit of a demonstration of our commitment to Bauchi by presenting the check for the construction of our headquarters building on the site, the construction of our life camp, and the construction of an airstrip in Digi to Ecotech, a subsidiary of CCECC. If they are here, I will invite Mr. John Chow and some of the directors of the conference to join me for this presentation. I think my chairman can climb up now and do the presentation. Presenting a check in the sum of 263 billion 648,774,077 naira. Work on this project will commence in December of this year. Thank you very much. Wish you very fruitful deliberations, and God bless you all for coming. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's put our hands together to the resident cement company. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, permit me at this center to warmly invite the royal father of the day, His Eminence, Alhaji Muhammad Saad Abubakar, Sultan of Salvador, the Nigeria Supreme Council, for side of this.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله على النبي الكريم. Your Excellency, Mr. President, the Republic of Nigeria, very ably represented by the indefatigable Vice President, we are very proud of you, Sir. I don't know whether he's the chairman or special guest, the former president, the cat with many lives, not 9 lives. General Olusegun Okikiolu Aremu Matthew. Yella Asokoro, the former president, Federal Republic of Nigeria, former head of state, military head. The one and only current of money. A lot of people don't know why you are even that kind of power. Let me tell you, because of this, let me words in Hausa. Jajircewa, dagewa, kokari, sanin yin abin da kamata a yi ba tare da tsoro ba, babu tsoro. That is the title aura. And we have seen your hand in the last 6 years in Bauchi. I would say you cap it all by this most beautiful conference center I ever have seen anywhere. I'm not saying the next 2 years you'll not do much more than that, but it's a challenge for us to come back. The governor of Borno State, we're always happy to see you, to interact with you, to pray for you for your giant strides in Borno State and in Nigeria. Her Excellency, the wife of the governor of Bauchi State, I don't know why past speakers refuse to recognize you. Without you, there won't be Kaura. We need to hear her story in life. It's very fascinating. And that's why we crown her the champion of girl child empowerment education in the Northeast. I was here in Bauchi that time when we did the crowning. All other distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I greet you in the best form of greeting. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This afternoon, this day, we have a beautiful time together as the Almighty Allah wished, and He brought us together as brothers of one big family. We're here for the Bauchi Investment Summit. I was privileged to attend Kaduna Investment Summit. I attended Kano Investment Summit. I attended Taraba Investment Summit. I attended other service, and now I'm here in Bauchi for the Investment Summit. Why I say this is to bring to our attention the many summits we have held, invited dignitaries, professionals, ambassadors, and of course industrialists to come together and see how they can develop our communities. But I'm asking the question, how far have we gone with all these investments? What have we achieved? Have we sat down to evaluate what we have gotten from this investment summit that took place? I want to challenge the government of the North. Now, maybe some few days or 2 weeks back, I think economic economic survey for the North. That was a very good paper, had to be presented. I think what governors of the North should have a view of that. I want to challenge the governors of the North, through the Northern Governors Forum, to sit together and evaluate all these investments from the last 5, 7, 10 years. And what have they achieved? Have there changes in the mind and in the posture of our people, or what have we done to such investments? Again, another state investment summit. We gather together here. We did an excellent forum, very beautiful speeches, very big grammar, but at the end of it, what else? What are we achieving? When I hear people like Indimi here, I'm very happy because these are industrialists of the North. They can be brought to the fore by any governor in the North. You reach out to him, he will be able to help. I think it's a big challenge here. I want to challenge all of us to really look inwards. But nobody, and I repeat, nobody can take us out of the woods except ourselves. We must be strong enough to face the reality of the North as leaders of the North, or our people will look us down and only God knows what will happen next. I would like to thank the governor for inviting us and dragging us here to this program. We have everything in the North. Everything you can think of. You had even the commissioner for the young man that Gamawa that spoke at length. He said so much, and I think it's very interesting and very, very heartwarming to hear such things in only one area, but go around everywhere, from the Sokoto Basin down to Benue to wherever we have a lot. What is our big problem in resolving this issue is lack of coming together with honesty, have good governance. Let anybody who is a citizen of a place and anybody who is passing through the state is safe, secure, and free to do whatever he feels he wants to, irrespective of his religious, ethnic, or political leaning. Because that's also part of securing, and anybody who feels he wants to come to Bauchi, because today we're talking about Bauchi. So I want to assure all the governors anywhere they are, whenever they want to invite us for any investment summit or whatever it is, we urge you to have what I call total good governance. Total governance, for me, is with the fear of Almighty Allah, because you know He will ask you what you did with the power He gave you on earth here as a leader. And that time it's only you and Him. You can now defend yourself, because and He definitely will ask you. So whatever we do, we must fear Almighty Allah, especially in the handling of the common man. For the Umar ibn Khattab said, in the affairs of men or people, fear God. But in the affairs of God, fear nobody. So as long as you are doing what is right as a governor, as a local chairman, as a president or vice president, if you feel you are doing right for the people, don't fear anybody. Fear God. But if you are working for God, fear. I'm very finally make a very passionate plea as I've done to any particular point of find myself. All Nigerians, wherever they are, to love this country. We don't have any other country but this country. And I remember the late of then and President Buhari, and I think the economic policy, why they have no other country but Nigeria. We must stay and serve together. These are the words of President Buhari, Buhari then before he came to President, the other forgive him and then condemn those. And I believe that's what we should train ourselves. Love this country. Pray for our leaders. Do not cause our leaders. Don't pray like in the of your leader. If you go mad, the husband will go on. Because when your leader is good, you get the consequences right. If it's bad, he was one for you, he didn't put it there, Almighty God, Almighty Allah there. To pray for our leaders, from the president, the governor, all the government, chairman, and everything. And above all, pray for innocent people like us. Thank you for the program. So, I thank you very much. If there are any, is ready. Bauchi is ready. Very, very ready. Come and invest in Bauchi. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
For His Royal Highness, His Eminence Sultan of Sokoto, who gave us a very, 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 very royal speech, royal father indeed. Indeed, it was a compassionate, comprehensive, and a sweet full of guidance. Please put your hands to watch me. We are going to the two partners. Once again, let me remind the theme of the summit is rebuilding a resilient economy, optimizing investment and partnerships, with special focus on tourism, agriculture, and mineral resources of Bauchi State. And to give this keynote address is no other person but a distinguished son of the soil, Ajay Katago, former head of service of the Federation, former secretary to the government of the Federation. I don't think there's anybody who wants to combine those positions. Please put your hands together for Ajay Katago and Haji Mahmoud Yael Ahmed, CFR. Put your hands together as he comes and don't stop until you get to the podium. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله على نبينا الكريم سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. Your Excellency, Vice President Kashim Shettima, Grand Commander of the Order of the Niger, who is here in double capacity. First, knowing him, anything that is happening in Bauchi, he comprehensively and fully identify with us. Secondly, is representing President Commander-in-Chief, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Grand Commander of the Order of the Federal Republic. So you are welcome. The former president, former head of state, former vice president in uniform, Baba Obasanjo, Ekabusa, you are welcome. My leader and brother, Your Excellency, Governor of Bauchi State, Senator Bala Abdulkadir Mohammed, with your colleague, another brother of mine, Professor Baba Gana, Umar Zulum. And I think after the end of this summit, we would like to upgrade you from Baba Gana to Baba Kura, because you have to do something for us. Distinguished Excellencies, Your Eminence, Your Royal Highnesses, eminent ladies, specifically the First Lady, having been introduced, recognized by the Sultan, I join and I follow. Eminent ladies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I don't know whether delivering keynote address at almost the tail end of the event cannot be a little bit modified to say it is closing note of address. Be that as it may, each time I am in Bauchi, I am reminded of something I have believed in. That leadership is not about occupying space, but about creating room for others to grow. Today's summit is a reflection of principle, a gathering that demonstrates vision, responsibility, and maturity in governance. Let me therefore commend Your Excellency the Governor for this thoughtful initiative, bringing the policymakers, investors, and citizens to discuss about the economic future is an act of foresight. Dialogue is not arrogance, leadership. It is one of the greatest success. I commend you. Not to spend the power of power with the Governor, I attempted to decline your invitation. It was coming just less than 4 days ago. But knowing you, while I argued that I am not an economist, you insisted that I should come. As a professional administrative officer, I remember there is one issue that we are graded on: reliability under pressure. You are putting me under pressure. I hope my reliability will not disappoint you. The Commissioner for Commerce has spoken on both. I don't need to do that because of time. However, I would like to remind us that the global economy is navigating through turbulence. Climate change is altering how we grow food. Conflicts are shaping trade, and technology is reducing work. These realities demand adaptability, discipline, and innovation. Nigeria, like others, is these pressures. Yet our resilience as a people remains a defining strength. Adversity has never broken Nigerians. It has refined us, and Bauchi stands out as an example of a people who meet challenges with quiet determination and resolve. The summit, therefore, is not just about attracting investment. It is about patronizing Bauchi strategically in a rapidly changing world. I wouldn't bother you again with the economic situation in this country. Everybody knows it. However, I would like to emphasize on education, good governance, and human capital. Because without getting this right, no investor will take us seriously. No society can write about the values of its people, and no people can write about the quality of their education. Meaningful and sustained investment in education is important for good governance. Education requires more than classrooms and teachers. It requires vision, planning, and accountability. The hallmark of sound governance. One governance is transparent, resource-rich schools. One is efficient, policies endure, and one is inclusive. Every child has a chance to learn and to contribute. I remember when President Obasanjo was launching UBE in Sokoto early 1999 to 2000, and I was privileged to public education then. We reminded him of UPE and the challenges thereof. So we built on what you see. Building, not really recreating things or duplicating efforts is very, very important. Massive investment in education is not merely a social duty, it is an economic strategy. It transforms potential into productivity, citizens into innovators, and youth into builders of future. The Bauchi State government current efforts to expand access to schools, improve ICT hub, and promote vocational training are steps in the right direction. But to sustain such momentum, governance must remain fair, and forward-looking, because good governance is the backbone of lasting educational reform. In truth, education and governance are two sides of the same coin. One provides knowledge, and the other ensures that there is structure. Together, they define the strength of our human capital and the direction of our development. I would like to emphasize that we are seeing some successes in this area. Governance, when effective, becomes the invisible infrastructure beneath every success story. It may not always attract applause, but it is what sustains progress. In Bauchi, visible improvements in infrastructure, administrative processes, and transparency are key to building investor confidence. This is the essence of leadership that builds governance not as routine, but as a whole. And let me tell you, throughout President Obasanjo's 8 years, it's always reform. I would like to tell this to Governor of Borno and Bauchi that President Obasanjo, when he was doing his reform, every Wednesday, between 8 to 10, his economic team will meet, and he is the leader. Then after that, we go into Federal Executive Council, continuously ad infinitum. These are some of the things that I want you to take up. Economic reform and renewal, I will not bother with you, but I would like to emphasize one thing. Partnership and collaboration, development in our age is not the task of government alone. It's right through collaboration between the public and the private sectors, between citizens and state, between local capacity and global capital. Through public-private partnership, Bauchi can attract investment in infrastructure, energy, and agriculture. Through the Nigerian state and nation, Bauchi can take advantage of it being a very viable federated unit and cooperate with the federal government. Development at the state level does not happen in isolation. In a federal structure like ours, progress depends on effective collaboration between states and the federal government. Most of the institutions that shape the investment climate, from the Central Bank and the Nigerian Investment Promotion Commission to the Corporate Affairs Commission, Nigerian Communications Commission, agencies responsible for customs, immigration, and energy, are federally controlled. You cannot, therefore, do it in isolation. Therefore, Bauchi strategy must align with national framework for investment promotion, ease of doing business, and public-private partnership. This alignment gives investors the assurance that agreements reached here in Bauchi are consistent with national law and policy. The relationship between Bauchi State and the federal government has been cordial and constructive, and it must continue to deepen as a mutually beneficial partnership built on trust, shared vision, and complementary roles. When both tiers of government move in harmony, the result is a seamless business environment, faster approvals, and predictable outcomes for investors. Here, I would also like to remind the two governors that they should take advantage of their boss, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, is the chairman of the National Economic Committee, which meets periodically with all the governors. Please, is coming from Northeast. There are so many opportunities under his feet. Try and get them before you start saying that after 2 years, I would have done that, I would have done that. We have talked to him in private and public that his main concern is to bring development to all sectors of the economy, Nigeria-wide, but more specifically, the Northeast. I would like to see a situation whereby the two governors will stay ahead, something like, as His Eminence said, action, 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 by immediately creating a secretariat that will drive this in, at least for the Northeast, then for Northern Nigeria altogether. If we have a model here, people will just key in, inshallah. The spirit of collaboration finds vivid expression in the Kolmani Integrated Development Project, a milestone of national and subnational partnership. The discovery and development of oil and gas in Bauchi and Gombe is more than an energy project. It is a symbol of what cooperative federalism can achieve. It brings together federal expertise, state facilitation, and private capital, all working toward a shared goal of industry growth and energy security. In the same spirit, Bauchi has taken deliberate steps to ensure that its people are not bystanders in the new energy frontier. Through the establishment of the Bauchi Oil and Gas Academy, the state is building local capacity, equipping young men and women with the technical and managerial skills required to participate meaningfully in the oil sector and the allied industries. This approach ensures that the development is inclusive and our young people are not left behind. Equally important is the need to address practical investment constraints such as multiple taxation, overlapping levies, and high right-of-way charges, which often discourage private investment, especially in telecommunications, logistics, and energy. Similarly, this process, through intergovernmental coordination, will strengthen investor confidence and lower the cost of doing business. Nigeria is not standing still. It has transitioned from dependence to diversification, from consumption to production, and from potential to performance. Bauchi progress mirrors this transformation. The steady expansion of infrastructure, improvements in governance, the harnessing of Kolmani project, the foresight to train its youth through the oil and gas academy, and the renewed attention to education, all signal to a state that is waiting for a change, but creating the change itself. If Bauchi continues on this trajectory, it will not only strengthen the economy, but serve as a model for other states. What is the take here? I made the following call to the government. I say sustain the momentum. Reform requires courage and patience, but it leaves behind a legacy of stability and growth. To our investors, both local and international, Bauchi is open, ready, and reliable. Bauchi can be trusted. The opportunities here are real. The leadership is responsive, and the people are industrious. To our citizens and youth, this is your time. Development is not something others will deliver to you. It is something that you will build, defend, and sustain. And to our partners and friends around the world and local, engage with Bauchi as equals in a partnership defined by respect, transparency, and shared successes. Resilience is not merely the ability to recover, it is the discipline to build stronger. Let this summit be remembered not for the speeches, as the government said, but for action. This is that will shape the next generation of entrepreneurs, farmers, investors, and leaders. I have seen Bauchi through many seasons. I have no doubt that its best season lies ahead, one defined by opportunity, inclusion, and shared prosperity. Mrs. Garden marked the beginning of the journey, one that transforms ideas into action and potentials in progress. Before I close, let me again, I am so obsessed with the quality of structures which President Obasanjo left us. He had 7 areas of intervention which he chaired directly. Presidential initiative on this, presidential initiative on this, presidential initiative. I want to see this government initiative on this, initiative on this. And one of his initiatives, which people argue that it shouldn't be, was tourism. He added it. And the Presidential Council on Tourism, he invited us to Obudu, Cattle Ranch. And there is anything you go and you do with President Obasanjo, you get something to take home. When we were at Calabar Airport waiting for our flight, President Obasanjo met somebody, top executive of MTN, and he said, "Oh, Dr. So and so, how are you doing?" The man replied, "Fine, Your Excellency." He said, "With MTN dividends, how can we be fine?" He sounds mad. And the second issue is when we were on top of the hill, President Obasanjo decided that we should come down to the cable car. You commissioned it. President, Chief of Staff, STF, and me as head of service were in the same car with President Obasanjo. Oh, everybody was shaking. And I remember STF, a kite closed his eyes and was praying. Alhamdulillah, we reached the bottom of the gorge. We're about to come out. Then President Obasanjo go out again. I don't want any Nigerian to say that this Obasanjo, he just carried down the good back. We left a kite there, and Obasanjo let us up. He made sure that everything is fine. Before I conclude, sir, President Obasanjo designated Bauchi State as one of the areas for tourism. He came and slept in Yankari. And the issue that he reminded us of having a hotel is very, very important. I understand that we are going in partnership to renovate the hotel. Just about 10 minutes from there. If you can do that, sir, this particular very important edifice will not be thirsty of people coming there. May I, with deepest sense of humility, express again my profound appreciation to Your Excellency the Governor for drafting me and in fact forcing me to come and talk. My talk is not from the economic point of view, but from the public servant point of view. Thank you.
Please put your hands here for the civil servant, public servant of Lord, former health service of the Federation, former secretary to the government of the Federation, former minister of defense, and of course, he is chairing his alma mater as chairman of Ahmadu Bello University Foundation. Please put your hands together for him. Responsibility and maturity in governance. He has said all, and I think he deserves another given award and he appreciated that he has. Before we call on our elder citizen of world reviews, former president, former head of state, let me very warmly call for special recognition following governance of this beautiful, prosperous, potential state of veterans, Bauchi State. We have here in our midst Major General Chris Abutu Garba. Please put your hands together. They say governance is a continuum. Also here is Captain Adisa Raji. Please put your hands together for him. Also here is Colonel Retired Joseph Bangoye. Of course, we are in groups, so it is important to also recognize former civilian governments, but in our midst of us, former deputy governments. Please welcome and appreciate Alhaji Abdul Malik Mahmoud, former deputy governor. We also have His Excellency Architect Abdul Sule Kakadu. Now, Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's my privilege and honor to humbly call you to speak to us on so many issues, because he is a man of many facets, and all of them he has made distinctions to them. Is it governance? Is it restructuring? Is it military structure? It is whatever it is, from Operation Fit the Nation to other schemes. Some of them Alhaji Yahya Ahmed has mentioned. Please welcome to the podium former President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, GCFR. For a day like this. And when you have an occasion like this, it gives you hope about this country. No matter what situation you may be. The Vice President. You remember when they were mentioning those who would speak? I was not mentioned. And you said, why should I not be mentioned? I said, look, there are those who will speak better than I can speak, including yourself. And you have seen it. His Eminence spoke a little bit like a military man, and a little bit like His Eminence. All those who have spoken, I believe, as they should speak. Your Excellency, Governor Bauchi, Your Excellency, Governor Brown, Your Excellency, First Lady of Bauchi, I thank His Eminence, recognizing you specially. My brother, and where we are together, we walk like two brothers. Laji Hayali, thank you very much for your good time. I just want to take 3 or 4 points that I want to make. One, investment. Without investment, you cannot develop. We cannot develop. And investment must bring everybody together. And you call it partnership. I have said there are 5 P's that must go together for us to make progress. The first P is politics, governance. That's right. If governance is not right, then all other things will go wrong. The second P is people. We must take care of people. Living, governing, everything is all about the people. Another P is protection, security. And Eminence mentioned that. Peace, security, stability, predictability. Nobody will come and invest when he cannot be sure that if he brings in 100, he will be able to get 120. And 10 out of that 120, he can repatriate and leave 110 to continue. Investors are hard-headed calculators. And don't underrate. Another thing is partnership. And you said that. Another thing I have to mention. Partnership at local level. Partnership at the community level. Partnership at the state level. Partnership at the national level. Partnership with the private sector and the public sector. Partnership, the private sector, the public sector, the civil society. His Eminence is not here only because it's His Eminence. It's also the head of our religious group. We need partnership with the religious groups, the private sector. And then partnership between the states, partnership between Nigeria and her neighbors, partnership between Nigeria and the international community. But let me then say, if all these 5 P's are well taken care of, then there's the issue of leadership, which is leadership at all levels. And Governor Bala, that's where I love my heart for you. And leadership is not a picnic. The time that you have to step on toes.
Let it not be without malice. It must be righteous stepping in on this. Let me give 3 examples. I was worried about the situation of cement in Nigeria. And I woke up at 4 a.m. I couldn't sleep. Then I went at 5 a.m. I phoned Aliko Dangote. Aliko was in Lagos, I was in Abuja. And I woke him up. I said, Aliko, what are you doing? He said, what should a gentleman be doing at 5 a.m.? He should be sleeping. I said, well, I have no apology for waking you up. Can you see me at 7 a.m.? He said, Mr. President, it's bad enough that you can wake me up at 5 a.m. And for me to see you at 7 a.m., when I'm in Lagos and you are in Abuja, and the first like 7 a.m., it is impossible. I said, what time can you see? 7 a.m. And he came at 9 a.m. When he came, simple question. I said, Aliko, why are you importing cement and not producing cement? And he said to me, do you want an honest answer? I said, if I call you here, I want an honest answer. That's why I called you. He said, because it's more profitable for me to import cement and sell than for me to produce cement, which is an honest answer. Then I asked him the second question. I said, what can I do to make you produce cement? He said again, you want an honest answer? I said, yes. He said, make it unprofitable for me to produce cement as it is profitable for me to import cement and sell. Again, I haven't got where I was going or he was leading me. I said, how do I do that? He said, tie my importation of cement with my production of cement. My head got it. I said, you can go. I called my minister for the industry, who also came from the private sector. I said, I've had this discussion with Aliko. So Aliko then planned to produce 5 million tons of cement a year. Since we started producing cement in 1956 up to 2003, we've never produced 5 million tons. So when Aliko made that, the people in the ministry said, he's telling a lie. He wants to, he's making it up. I said, all right, let's see how his lie will work. So I put 2 people in Aliko's construction site, and they are reporting to me every day. The day Aliko, the contractor did not work, they would phone at them, and I will immediately phone Aliko. So one day Aliko came to me and said, Mr. President, I'm going to worry about you. I said, what have I done? He said, you know about this cement project more than myself. And it is not a government project. I'm getting worried about you. I say, hey, my brother Nico, This is a Nigerian project. So anything Nigerian is a government project. Not only did Aliko succeed in the first 5 million, he succeeded in the second 5 million. He succeeded in the third 5 million. I started taking him out to other countries in Nigeria, in Africa. I took him to Tanzania. I took him to Senegal. That's how Aliko made it. Partnership between the private and the public. Partnership between leadership at every level. Let me tell you another one that is not Nigeria. Vietnam. Vietnam never produced enough. Then they decided to produce coffee. And within 6 years, Vietnam became the second largest producer of coffee in the world. Second only to Brazil. So it can be done. When I started, after my retirement, and His Eminence said that I'm getting old. Your Eminence, you cannot jump up. And we started going to the state and we say, look, whatever you do, take 2 or 3 items in agriculture and focus on it. You are not discouraging people in the others and make it. Governor, here, I believe you can focus on rice. And I see that that is already going on. You can focus on tourism. We should do everything for that. So that you become, if not the leading state, you are one of the leading states right from Bauchi. You are one of the leading states, if not the leading state, tourism. And take one livestock and also make that 3, but not more than 4 items. And what remains of your time, 2 years, you can still make significant progress in that area. Now, if we get it right, and there's no reason why we shouldn't get it right, we manage to develop awareness out, in, and out. And we manage to develop awareness at the what may not be easily available is the making or creating the condition that will make that money come in, stay in, and perform what we want it to perform. We have to create conducive environment for that money to be mobilized locally and for the money outside to come in and stay in and do what it needs to.
Thank you. Yes, he's not only the former president and the former head of state, but a living legend, a statement of global repute. Join me with a round of applause to appreciate His Excellency, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo Jisiba. So we learn that His Excellency, my Deputy Governor of Bauchi State, Alaji Sekir Aminu Saleh, is on our midst, and Alaji Muhammad being Chairman Oriental Oil, one of the leading Nigerian investors, as well as the representative of His Excellency, the Governor of Bayelsa State, represented by the Honorable Commissioner of Trade and Industry, Dr. Yuri Jones. Thank you, Excellency. Thank you. Once again, we appreciate the wonderful presentation by His Excellency Chief Olusegun Matthew Aremu Obasanjo this year. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct honor and privilege to invite to the podium a man of a vision, courage, and boundless commitment to the progress and prosperity of Bauchi State. He is an embodiment of humility, a man with numerous studies and passion, but now one and only. His Excellency, Commander of Nigeria,
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, thank you. The President, Commander-in-Chief of the Nigerian Armed Forces, ably represented by His Excellency, our leader, Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, who is a special guest of honor here. Your Excellency, the Baba of Africa, not only Nigeria, and he is even rising to become the Baba of the world, former President Olusegun Obasanjo, VCFR, the father of the nation. Your Excellency, my brother, the Governor of Borno State and Chairman of the Northeast Governors Forum, a resilient, ebullient, hard-working Governor of Borno State. And we are very proud of him. Let me also recognize my dear wife, also I'm very proud of, because the Sultan has taught me to do that. Your Royal Majesty, the Sultan of Sokoto, and other Royal Highnesses that are here, my colleagues, the Deputy Governors that are here representing their principals, the governors of Oyo, Jigawa, Yobe, and Gombe states, and other commissioners who represented other governors that are here. There are too numerous to mention. Our elder statesman, the Speaker of the Bauchi State House of Assembly, and other members of the Bauchi State House of Assembly that are here. Our elder statesman, my brother, with whom I'm always very proud of, our mentor who taught us civil service work, Alhaji Mahmoud Gaeli Ahmed, the keynote speaker, former SGL. And also one of the captains of industries that has really shown that resilience and capacity in terms of business incubation and mentoring. Alhaji Mohammed Indiri, that led what he was doing to come here, let's identify with us. The members of the diplomatic corps, too numerous to mention, my leaders, my Lord, and listener, the Chief Judge of Bauchi State, my brother, the Honorable Minister of the Environmental, that have been here, Mr. Desaro, my colleague in this city, and I'm happy that they have grown to become a very successful public servant. Distinguished invitees, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I don't waste so much time on protocol because it is a time well spent. And I know Mr. Vice President has so many contending issues, but he left them to come here, including other guests that are here. And I will not repeat what my predecessors or those who came here and spoke about investment or about Bauchi, but I just, on behalf of the people and government of Bauchi, would say that we are very grateful to the federal government and, of course, Mr. Vice President, for always making it a duty to come here and be with us. Definitely, we appreciate beyond measure, beyond your estimation, this kind of solemn identification with us. You have shown leadership, and we are grateful to you forever, and we are always with you anywhere you are. Well, not only in quality, but in everything, because you have shown me leadership and care. For Baba, there's nothing I will say. Baba put aside his international commitments because of me to come and speak. See, I cannot say any better than what he has said about investment, about good governance, and about growth. Baba, we are always learning. I don't think you are old. You are just very, very matured. I don't disagree with because he says since you do see me and the governor of Borno were talking, I said at this time, the level of comprehension and the delivery was so impeccable that we wonder where we will be at this age that you are. So you are always an enigma, and we always stand to learn from you. We are very grateful for the sacrifice you have made. Your Eminence, the Sultan of Sokoto, the same thing, he was in Abuja. He left everything, his comfort to come here and led our Royal Highnesses to be here. So we are very grateful, Your Eminence, because you symbolize an institution that we respect. And you are always very frank. And you told us to do what is required of us as leaders at the subnational level. We should be honest. We should not just come jamborees and talk and talk and talk. There are much measurable and tangible achievements that will come out of whatever we're doing. We are going to do that, and I bet you at the end of the day we will let you know what we are able to achieve by this particular conference. Other distinguished, eminent invitees, especially members of the diplomatic corps, despite the advisory, travel advisory, you left Abuja and came here. Some of you slept here. There can't be any form of identification with us more than that. You have shown ownership of what we are doing. You have shown trust and belief in us. We are sure we know, as Baba has said, investors, they have the markers that they are quite sure. And they can only go to where they are safe and their investments are safe. We will make your investments safer than us. We will make you more important than us. And believe me, you can trust us because we know the importance of your being here to improve the quality of lives of our people. We thank you most sincerely for coming, and indeed all the investors. You have seen what the analysts have said. Within a short period, I'm happy to give this man land. We have been giving land to people, but they haven't done anything. We look at the level of education facilities, billions of dollars, over 40 billion. The federal government is partnering, thank you, Mr. Vice President, to develop another 50,000 hectares through irrigation in their own food security program. We are very grateful you have set the bar, and all of us have become farmers in Bauchi. The same thing with Alhaji Waziri Abbas, the Turaki or the Waziri, I don't know which one, maybe His Eminence will not want me to say it because it has not been announced. But you have made us proud. Something that is not an illusion, something that is not deceptive. It is out 200 and something billion naira already paid to the contractor, for which I was part and parcel of the discussion. Just like Baba, his own cement project is my own project. Even though it's still at the play, I was part of everything he was doing, from looking at the side, the contractors that he will get, and so on and so forth. And even the finances, I had to go extra mile to find out, because some people told me that Babas was lying. But I said, how can he be lying when he came with all the evidences? I went back to him and he showed me tangible evidences that he has the money and he's coming to do this in Bauchi. We are very grateful to that. There are so many investors that are here, especially our Chinese brothers. We had a twinning agreement with the province of Shandong, where we agreed to do this together. We are learning so much from them. Shandong, in terms of PDB, they are bigger than the whole African continent. But we are connected together in terms of development, exchange programs, and today they are in Bauchi. In addition to that Chinese company, you have seen CGC, you have seen CCECC. And indeed, when I attended one of the conferences in Tunisia, we learned so much that we don't have to go outside Africa to get quality or technology that is required to conquer our environment. They have gone so far. They have really embedded European quality control in Tunisia. And so we had a lot of MOUs signed together. And today we are going to do so much in terms of water resource management, so that all our local government will have water. Water that will be driven by solar and driven by gravity at a minimal cost. And that's what it takes to do. Even our own stair factory, and we have discussed with them, they may end up coming here to assemble vehicles that will be utilized by Alhaji Abbas in his cement factory. I had once discussed with His Excellency the Vice President, who encouraged me to take over that factory because we can assemble agricultural tractors to serve the notice of this government. We are grateful for all these investments. There are so many investments that are coming from the nation group of China that have come to sign. We don't need to run away that template where we just give our own natural resources. We are going to be part and parcel of the cement factory. We are going to own as a state 20% in the stake of the cement factory. And another 20% for the indigenous of Bauchi, if they wish to take, were housed by the Bauchi state government. Finance Incorporated. The same thing with the Mention Group. We are owning 20% of whatever they are doing in all the solid mineral development that they are doing. And so this is the trajectory. We are not just going to be onlookers. Yes, solid minerals is under the exclusive list. Yes, we will leverage on that, but we will have special purpose vehicles and we will not show interference. What we are doing is to change the style of relationship or partnership that Baba has described, to remove corruption and personal interest. We are not taking any percentage for ourselves. We are allowing the investors to make sure he maximizes his profit. And he should see that at least Bauchi is home where there is sincerity, where there is fidelity in terms of ease of doing business. And so I'm so happy to see this on board. The day we plug up this facility with Governor Zulum, I didn't know we'd come that far. He was the one who did it. And I can see the support coming even from my senior colleagues, the former military administrators that are all here. We thank you, we assure you, you have really worked really hard. I know what this is going to do, and all of you. And so we will try to do so much with little resources because we have really improved our procurement process in a manner that we make sure we remove all the leakages, all the corruptive tendencies, our invoicing, so that we use little. People will be wondering how much we built this place. It's so cheap. We brought the local contractor from the Niger Delta to do it for us because he has seen the work. And that's why we can go anywhere. In terms of leadership recruitment, we brought young people. You have listened to the Commissioner for Commerce. This young man can go to places. He can represent you anywhere. I sent him to Nigeria and he spoke like a governor. And that's where to go. We have to have that admixture of the young and the old. So that at least I will not trust the trust legacy of the Lord. Because the millennium age people, that is the young people, they will just want to have services and infrastructure. And that is what we are doing, to make sure we make them to believers, to give them that mentoring that is required, so that at the end of the day they can effectively take over from us. What we are doing in Bauchi is to make sure we do that. And tell you that we have the integrated development plan under his leadership as chairman of our North Forum, where we are giving peer review mechanism, learning from each other. We go to all our houses, you can see they are building government houses like my own. They learned it from me. I learned about agriculture from Governor Zulum because he's doing so much in agriculture. I learned about security from him. And in infrastructure, I learned it from Governor Pintri of Adama's. That's how we relate with each other. We are not just going to sit down and take tea. We are discussing how do you do this, how do you do that, how can we help you improve on this and that. And we thank the government for giving us the North Development Commission because it is giving us the required impetus for us to come together and to develop plans. There can't be anything without plan. And the MIE that we are doing, we know where we are precisely and where we want to go. And we want to assure the investors that are coming here, we know their importance and we know that they are partners and they are more important than us because we couldn't do what they are here to do for us. So in that context, they are even more auspicious to us than ourselves. At the end of the day, we give you all the assurances that whatever you are going to do with us, there is that fidelity, that sincerity, and that trust. And I tell you, after I leave office, this will continue because we are institutional. Thank you very much for coming. And now, here, I have the pleasure of handing over. Anyway, the master of ceremony wouldn't want me to do the MC work. But certainly, I thank you most sincerely for listening. Goodbye.
We call on our August special guest, Let me very warmly appreciate and welcome to this event Deputy Governor of Bauchi State, Mr. Josephine Liu. Also here is the Managing Director of First Bank PLC, Mr. Mushirin Anadios. He's represented by Alhaji Sheikh Ali, Executive Director, Public Sector of the bank. Let us also warmly appreciate the presence of the wife of the former military governor of Bauchi State, Mrs. Zuleyha Karier. Please put your hands together for His Excellency Vice President, Distinguished Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON, Vice President, Federal Republic of Nigeria. Put your hands together for him, please.
The architect of modern Nigeria, long him, heard him. One indisputable fact about Chief Olusegun Matthew Akikiola Aremu Obasanjo, the Balogun of Tinubu, is that he believes in the Nigeria project. That's the most beautiful attribute of the workaholic former President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Your Excellency, the Governor of Bauchi State, my brother Senator Bala Abdul Kader Mohammed CON Gowram Bauchi, and his amiable and very powerful wife, Her Excellency Aisha Bala Mohammed. Your Excellency, the Governor of Borno State, my boss, Professor Babagana Umarazro, MNI, the Deputy Governor of Bauchi State, Right Honorable Mohammed Awul Jato, Maluku Katagum, and his counterparts from Oyo, Gombe, Yobe, and Plateau states. The Senator representing Bauchi Central Senatorial District, Senator Abdul Lindi, and all the members of the National Assembly, both serving and former present here. And I want to General Chris Utugaba to appreciate and recognize all former administrators and deputy governors of Bauchi State. The Honorable Speaker of Bauchi State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Abubakar Suleiman, the Chief Judge of Bauchi State, Haji Arabi Tarat Umar, and all the members of the Bauchi State Judiciary, the Honorable Minister of Special Honorable Defania Gisalo, Special Advisor to the and all the senior presidential aides here, the Executive Secretary of NIPC, Barrister Aisha Rimi, the Secretary to the Bauchi State Government, Alhaji Aminu Hamayo, and other members of the Bauchi State Executive Council. Your Eminence, the Sultan of Sokoto, Alhaji Dr. Muhammad Saad Abubakar III, CFR, MNI. Your Eminence, we celebrate you. You have been crisscrossing the nooks and crannies of this country, building bridges of fraternity and solidarity. The Emir of Bauchi and Chairman Bauchi State Council of Traditional Rulers, Alhaji Dr. Rilwan Suleiman Adamu, and all the royal fathers present here. May martaba don koma da tamburan mu zuwa Borno. The Chairman of Oriental Energy Resources and elder statesman Alhaji Muhammad Indimi. Kauran Usmania, Dollar Usmania, ka kama shi sai ya baka investment in $250 million kawai. The Chairman of AYM Shafa, Abdulmumin Yakubu Meshano, the keynote speaker and former secretary to the government of the Federation, a man of many caps, former SGF, former head of service, former Minister of Defense, and Nigerian Catabon, Alhaji Mahmoud Yahya Ahmed CFR. Heads of government agencies and parastatal senior government officials, Your Excellencies, members of the diplomatic corps, representatives of international organizations, esteemed investors and development partners, members of the fourth set of the rim, honored guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. You cannot cure a disease unless you establish a diagnosis. This perhaps has been the most obvious shortfall of leadership in this part of the world. We cannot solve a problem we do not know, and neither can we sell a product that nobody needs. If one ventures to sell raincoats in the blazing heat of the Sahel during the dry season, one will understand the futility of offering solutions without context. This is why a gathering such as this is necessary. It invites the scrutiny that every nation or state requires to advertise its potentials and opportunities and to learn from experts and stakeholders. I am therefore honored to be a witness to this march into the future by Bauchi State. Your Excellency, thank you so much for convening this summit. While I commend the vision of our host and brother, His Excellency Senator Bala Abdelkader Mohammed, CON, for opening Bauchi State to investment, I must also share with him the promise of His Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The federal government treats each state as a priority beyond the fiscal glories that accrue from the increased allocations now enjoyed across the Federation. This is so because an affliction to any state slows down the pace of development in other parts of the nation. And this is the burden of federalism that we must never allow to slow us down. We must either grow together or palter apart. The theme of this summit, rebuilding a resilient economy, optimizing investment and partnerships, is both an advertisement of Bauchi State as a destination for investors and a reminder that none of us can achieve enduring economic growth in isolation. We share this belief that you cannot escape laying the bricks across all parts of the nation if you intend to build an economy that will endure for generations. This means creating a stable environment to nurture ideas. This means targeted investment. This means public-private cooperation. This means practical, bankable projects that deliver jobs, incomes, and livelihood for our people, as rightly illustrated by the elder statesman, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, who is always bringing on ideas for possible solutions for most of the challenges facing us as a nation. This is why the third edition by His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu made was to remove those obstacles that have become termites in the timber of our progress. You cannot guarantee enduring growth and stability without having peace and development in a nation. There can never be development without peace. There can never be peace without development. And leadership is about continuity. And the living light, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, DCFR, is here to testify to this truth. He endured a fair share of obstacles and pushbacks in his effort to introduce reforms that set the nation on the path of rediscovery and stability. We do what we do because government is a continuum, and each of us owes it to future generations and policy makers to go beyond cosmetic surgery in our transgenerational search for an economic cure. We believe that there is no prophylaxis more potent than a stable economic stimulus. When you cannot predict the outcome of your investment, the system cannot claim to be suitable for business. It was this spirit that inspired our whole reforms to harmonize the exchange rate regime and to dismantle the fuel subsidy structure, an avenue that had become a theater for round-tripping and rent-seeking, while the privileged few converted the nation's collective patrimony into their private poverty alleviation scheme. We may spend eternity debating the theories of our inactions, but the truth remains that nobody builds a house in a tsunami. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, our development plan is anchored on promises that can only be realized when we achieve stability. These include job creation, food security, value chain development, and the unlocking of subnational comparative advantages. These priorities are inherently present in Bauchi's investment offering. Vast arable land and agricultural potential, abundant solid mineral resources, huge tourism and game reserves, renewable energy prospects, and improving infrastructure and business enabling reforms. This is why the objective of this summit aligns perfectly with our obligation to translate macroeconomic recovery into tangible improvements in citizens' daily lives. The federal government remains resolute in commitment to ensuring security across the nation, because no economy can thrive while fear replaces freedom and while insecurity undermines enterprise. We came to office promising to turn around the fortune of the country, while the debt service to revenue ratio had shot up to about 100%. This is not a mode for celebration. Yet today, we are pleased to share that we are ready to less than 50%. Our GDP growth rate as of last month stood at 4.3%. Our non-oil revenues grew by 411% year-on-year in the same month. Our tax to GDP ratio now stands at 13.5%, up from barely 7% a few years ago. Our debt to GDP ratio remains at 38.8%, far below the limit set by the Fiscal Responsibility Act at 60%, and those of ECOWAS and the World Bank at 70%. Our external reserves has grown to $43 billion as of September 2025. I think we deserve to out. Nigeria has exited the space of economic instability, and I assure investors present here that there is no better time to choose Nigeria than now. And with its vast arable land and livestock resources, Bauchi State can advance climate-smart agriculture, commercial outgrower schemes, and agro-processing hubs linked to national and export markets. The solid mineral reserves of this rich state can also enable responsible mining and downstream industrialization through transparent tendering, geological mapping, and community benefit frameworks. Bauchi's natural assets and cultural heritage can boost tourism, hospitality, and the creative industries, while its renewable energy and gas can power industrial processes through public-private partnerships and open solutions. My appeal to investors and stakeholders is simple. We must understand that Bauchi's advantage is not only its resources. What is said has advertised. It is commitment to reforms that reduce democratic, including streamlined incentives. We urge prospective partners to engage with both the state and the relevant ministries, departments, and agencies of the federal government to access support, scrutinize project pipelines, request data rules, and explore blended finance structures that can make projects bankable and investment ready. Once again, I commend His Excellency, Senator Bala Mohammed Abdul Kadir, Kauran Daular Usmani. And of course, in Java, I cannot hear the nomination of my I celebrate you, we adore you, we respect you, Your Excellency Aisha Bala Mohammed, and the beautiful team, the Bauchi team, for the decisive action to convene this summit and organize road shows across the nation to showcase investment opportunities. This is a win for all of us. I urge delegates, participants, and stakeholders to move beyond talk and commit to concrete memoranda of understanding, set timelines, and appoint joint implementation teams so that by next year, we can point to tangible project milestones. And of course, the nation is watching. I challenge you, Your Excellency, to extract that commitment from Alhaji Mohammed Indimi. He's a man of his words, and I'm absolutely certain that there will be a change in the fortune of our people if we invest $250 million in Bauchi. Once again, I want to thank the elder statesman, a living legend, the Balogun of our kingdom. His was in this county during the ages. When I was governor in the at the height of the Boko Haram, we visited for high heights. We adore you. And at the age of 88, he still wants his song. But Your Excellency, I could jump. In less than 2 years, by 13th March, he will clock 89. And very soon, he will be 90. And he is still very healthy, playing squash every day. And mind you, 88 is the official age. Probably the on this note, I am honored and privileged to, on behalf of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, to formally declare the Bauchi Investment Summit 2025 open. Thank you.
Put your hands together for His Excellency, the Vice President, Federal Republic of Nigeria. Every represented is grateful. His Excellency Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, after that data speech, declaring the summit open, the Vice President is still up. And I humbly request former President Olusegun Obasanjo, Executive Governor of Bauchi State, Executive State, and all distinguished special guests at the top seats in front of us to join the Vice President for a photo opportunity. Please put your hands together as they come over. And Haji Mohammed Indimi should also join Chairman Oriental Oil, Deputy Governor of Plateau, all the Deputy Governors here present, the former Executive Governors and Military Governors should join the photograph. Let me also warmly welcome and appreciate the presence of the MD CEO, Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, represented by Honorable Dr. Muhammad Sani Abdul, Executive Director of Loans and Mortgage Services. Let me also welcome and appreciate the MD of First Bank. He is requested to also come and join in the photograph. MD First Bank. The technical who are requested to please be will stand by. Immediately after photo opportunity, we will have the group the national anthem. The photographers, please, you may have to take it all the way in. Please take it all the way in. Take it all the way in. Thank you. Let us rise to the national anthem. 1, 2, 3. Thank you so very much. Thank you. It's actually only the first time. Thank you. Even as we round up the event, we wish to appreciate the presence of the representative of the ALLUVIAL, Chief Edwin. Okay, I'm told there is lunch. The special guests will wait for lunch. The lunch is within the complex, and the ushers and protocol officers will guide you to the home. On the second floor,
there is going to be a technical session after the lunch. The technical session after the lunch. Managing Director, UBA, sir, you are welcome. We appreciate your presence here. The lunch will take place at the second floor for the special guests. And after this, immediately after the lunch, there are going to be a technical session at the same venue here. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Your Excellencies. Thank you very much, Your Royal Highness and His Eminence the Sultan of Sokoto. Thank you very much for being here with us. It has been a very hectic day. Thank you. Please, after this, there's going to be a technical session here, the same bed here, where we do the opening ceremony. Thank you.